Before we start off today's video, I would want to go ahead and ask you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hello everybody and welcome back to Luxurious Life, and today we'll be talking about the story of the top families that rule the world. They live, we sleep, says the famous quote from the movie They Live by John Carpenter. This is one of the favorite movies of all conspiracy theorists. For centuries now it is believed that all power of the world is in the hands of 5 families which have marked US politics. There are also stories that not more than 200 families rule Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, and Serbia. In the USA, this number was reduced to 5, and they are the most powerful, the wealthiest, and the scapegoats for all theories of conspiracy theorists, and they are those who traitor the global policy. At number 5, we have Rothschild Dynasty. For a long time now, the Rothschild family is considered the wealthiest family in the world, and it is estimated that they weigh $500 billion, and some estimates claim that they manage with $100 trillion of financial power. In the 60s of the 18th century, Mayor Achmel Rothschild sent 5 of his sons to 5 financial centers so that they could be on almost all important places of the world finances. The 19th century was crucial for his family because they strengthened their global power by financially aiding the main and most powerful monarchies and authorities of all conflicting sides of the world. Nowadays, conspiracy theorists claim that the Rothschild family controls the world through the US Central Bank, Federal Reserve, and theories say that the founder of Fed, Paul Wahlberg, is actually an agent of the Rothschild family. For number 4, we have the Rockefeller Dynasty. In the 70s of the 19th century, John D. Rockefeller founded the Standard Oil Company, and it was the biggest oil company in the world at the time, and the Rockefellers was worth more than $400 billion in USD. Already at that point, he was one of the wealthiest men in the world, and Theodore Roosevelt, who was president at the time, warned Rockefeller that he was creating an invisible authority. The Rockefellers helped the construction of the UN, and they founded Bilderberg, where the most powerful people of the world met once a year. Conspiracy theorists like to believe that the Rockefellers now act as in secret through oil companies such as ExxonMobil and BP, and banks such as Chase Manhattan Bank. At number 3, we have the Morgan family. The Morgans were friends of the Rockefellers, and John Pierpont Morgan borrowed 100 tons of gold to the US authorities during the bank crisis of 1893. And that's how they came to control the gold in the United States, and then they started financing companies such as AT&T, General Electric, and others. And for a while, the Morgans also financed Nikola Tesla's research. The Morgans were always quote-unquote friends with the US Ministry of Finance, and many people claim that the precisely Morgans were those who forced the USA to participate in the First World War to protect the loans that they gave to Russia and France earlier. P. Morgan Jr. also borrowed around $500 million into USD to the USA, and he took 1% of provision for everything that his company sold to the US Army. Conspiracy theorists believe that the Morgans prompted the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor by promising the division of profit. Now today the Morgans still own the biggest family reserve of gold, and allegedly it is connected by a tunnel within the New York branch of the US Central Bank. At number 2, we have the DuPonts. Eleuthère and Irénée DuPont is the son of a French immigrant. He gained his wealth after founding a gunpowder factory in Delaware. His family grew roots in the United States high politics after they allegedly ensured the U.S. purchase of territory of Louisiana from Napoleon in 1803. By the beginning of the First World War, the company DuPont produced 40% of the world's explosives, and during the Second World War, they participated in the project of the construction of the American nuclear bomb, aka the Manhattan Project. Now, some believe that the DuPont family influenced the U.S. authorities to such an extent that they were the only reason why the use of marijuana and production of industrial hemp were banned, all within the aim of protecting the production of nylon, which is one of the most important products of the DuPont family. And today this company is one of the biggest world producers of the GMO seeds, and they are the founders of the Doomsday Treasury, where samples of all plants are preserved so that the mankind could grow and plant them again after the apocalypse. And finally, at number 1, we have the Bush family. The Bush family is a political dynasty that gave 2 presidents to the United States. It all started with Prescott Sheldon Bush in 1895. And he became a member of Yale Group Skull and Bones, and allegedly this Bush was behind the failed military coup in 1993, which was aimed at taking power away from Franklin Roosevelt. During the Second World War, Bush was the head of the Union Banking Corporation, the bank which was eventually impounded due to proven business connections with the Nazis. Now, Prescott's son, George H.W. Bush, became the President of the United States during the 80s of the last century, and his grandson, George W. Bush, was a 2-term United States President. They both launched conflict with Iraq, in which companies such as Halliburton or KBR were linked with the Bush family, generated enormous amounts of profit. The Bush family is considered to be the most powerful family in the United States political sphere, and they also have an exorbitant amount of money in banking and the oil sector. Well guys, that's all for today's video. I hope that you liked it, and if you did, please make sure to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss out on any more amazing videos from us. Thank you all so much for watching and have a fantastic and awesome day.